Alright folks, and we are back. Today I'm super excited to share with you some new piece of equipment that I put in. Today, don't know if you can see these beautiful specimens in here, but I'm at Alex Bond's house, the owner of Midwest Coating Solutions there in Kearney. He's given us our details and ceramic coatings down there at American Pride Car Wash. Go check him out. So we had a conversation the other day. He saw one of my TikToks that I put out advertising the new tankless water heater technology that I'm putting in. This is some new cutting edge technology from A.O Smith water heaters. It's the X3 component on it. If you've ever researched tankless water heaters, if you've ever done anything like that, you'll know that you have to have flush valves on them. You've got to have, every 6 months you're supposed to be flushing these water heaters. Otherwise they get gunked up, they corrode up, and all of a sudden they stop working. With this new X3 technology, it's not a filter, it is a particulate catch. It's catching minerals, it's catching things, keeping that water heater clean. And I tell you guys, we put one at our house. This is the 5th one I've put in this week. Like, people, these things are flying off the shelves. So this isn't our official water heater video. I'm hoping to do one of those in the near future, but today I put this thing in. I've taken some video footage of me putting it in so you can see what it might look like if I was at your house doing it. Yeah, roll that beautiful bean footage. Here we go. So this water heater, first thing I noticed, undersized for the house. Way too small. Second thing we got, there's a condensate drain coming off the air conditioner. It just drains across the garage. Leaves a mess everywhere, hard to keep cars clean. We're gonna change that here in just a little bit. This metal flue that most people have on their water heater, that's going away. We're going to be using a PVC flue. So here you're going to see I'm going to clear this drain. I just want to see if the water heater even wants to attempt to drain. And in luck, it did. So I got the water heater drained. I'm letting some air into it, breaking that vacuum. I'm going to start changing out that gas line. We're going to reroute this whole thing, give them a safer setup, and really clean this whole area up. So as I mentioned earlier, the old metal pipe that we used to vent the water heater with, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to be going to a 3-inch PVC pipe that goes out the back of the house here. So here I am again, just double checking my measurements, making sure I got the right material on the job. We're going to remove this line, reroute the gas valve. I'm going to be putting in a new, safer, easier to use gas valve so we can shut the gas off for his safety in the event of emergency or we ever need to do any service work on it in the future. So here we go, water heater's drained. We're going to get it out, set it down on the floor, get this thing out of there. I caution you, no technicians were hurt in the filming of this video. Getting the old bricks out of the way, we won't need these anymore. Alright, so this area hasn't been swept in probably 20 years. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up. I'm a big fan of leaving this space cleaner than it was when I found it. So this is where it gets exciting. We're going to start to transform this space now. I like to give myself a good, solid surface to mount this water heater on. It does have some weight to it. You start throwing water in there, it's going to get a little heavier. So I like to give myself a good 2x4 base to mount to. This also gives me a place to put a raceway on either side of that water heater. for those water lines, the new gas line, connections, wires, anything I may need to attach there. I don't like to let my water lines just kind of hang out there in dead space. You'll see that on some of these more poor installations, maybe guys that were trying to cut some corners. As you're seeing here, I like to weld into the copper. Still a good old-fashioned boy. I still like to do my solder. Nothing beats it in my mind. So these connections here are where we're going to tie the water heater back into the house supply and the supply water into the water heater. Alright, so here we are at the bottom. So I've got some ball valves I'm going to put in here. These are shut-off valves where I can isolate the hot and the cold. This is also where the temperature pressure regulator will go. Gas line also connects. All the connections for this water heater are made on the bottom of it. Looks a little different than a traditional water heater. Here you'll see the X3 canister in place, and I'm ready to get my water lines going up the raceway. Now I'm going to make a test run with my Flash Shield flexible gas line before I get it tied in. And here I've started putting that flue in. You can see I've got it ran in from the back of the house. We're going to run that PVC all the way up to this. This is just like the exhaust pipe on your car. You don't want to breathe that air in. Here's a good view of that condensate pump, the red box here. I'm going to drain this water heater into it. We're also going to drain the furnace into it. And what that's going to do is take that water and pump it to a remote location. We're going to use an old washing machine stub out that was in the garage. No more wet mess on the floor. To be quite honest here, I'm not sure if Alex was going to be happier about having endless hot water or not having that water trail across his garage. Alright, and here we go. Hassle-free hot water. Endless hot water. Tankless hot water. All in all, it took me about 4 hours to complete the install. We've got the furnace air conditioner draining over here to the condensate pump. We got that water being removed away. Alex was happy. I was happy. Everything went well in this install. Folks, if you want one of these, get hold of me. Give me a call. Get on the schedule today.
Gotta call J.Shaw.